In this vlog, we are going to deal with the integration of AppsFlyer application. Here, we are trying to create an application in Flutter, and in our previous part of the tutorial, we have discussed the account creation and the features that we get from AppsFlyer, and what are the things we will be integrating into the Flutter application using AppsFlyer. So in this part of the tutorial, I have clearly explained all those things, and if you have not gone through that particular tutorial, here is the link for the tutorial. I suggest you to get started with that particular tutorial so that you will have a good idea of what we are going to implement in this part of the tutorial and the next tutorials which are coming up in this series. So the first step is completed, sign up to AppsFlyer, and the second step is add your app. So select add your app here, and here you have got Android and iOS and other platforms also. So I will be selecting Android for now. Later we'll be also adding iOS as well. So here I'm saying like it is not published, and so it will be asking you the package name. So let's quickly try to create a project here. So Flutter AppsFlyer will be my project name, and also the organization. So this is what the package name is. I'm going to specify abhi.appsFlyer, and yes, all the options are checked. And now we are going to create a Flutter project. So these are Flutter project, and this is a basic code. So now let us try to add our application first. So go to the app directory here, and here in the build.gradle, here you can find the package name. So I'm going to add this over here, and yes, it is now validated. And also make sure, here you might face one issue as well. If you are trying to add a package name like com dot, so if you are going to add like example, so the package name, if you are trying to add similar to like this com dot example, it won't be accepted. So just make sure you add a proper package name, should resemble that of a that of a real-time package name here. So I have added the package name. Important, currency selection is irreversible. Okay, so this is a irreversible process, it seems. Just make sure you select the proper currency, and after which it can't be changed back again. And time zone, here I am going to select India, Kolkata. And is your app directed towards children? And it is no, as we are dealing with a simple tutorial application, so I'm selecting no here. And you might select it based upon your application, is it targeting to children or not. So just decide and select this particular option, and also the same with currency and time zone. So add my app. So now we are going to add the application, and make sure this is your development key here, and try to copy and save it somewhere. If you forgot to copy this particular dev key now, don't worry, under the app settings page you can again find this particular dev key, and from there as well you can just copy it. And this particular dev key we need to add in our application configuration that we'll be going to do now. So okay, just close this. So pending app, okay, here you can clearly see the status is pending app. Once you come back to the Android Studio and get started with the configuration, so quickly I will be removing all this code, and also I will be opening the terminal. So how we need to connect our Flutter application with AppsFlyer, and again the general way which we deal with any other tool, we need to add the dependency flutter pub add. So the dependency for AppsFlyer is AppsFlyer SDK. So that's it. this will add our dependency to our project, and after the process is completed, then you can see in the pubspec our dependency will be added. Let's try to verify it so that we can start configuration. Here, yes, our AppsFlyer SDK is added, and also you can just copy paste the dependency here and tap on pubget here. This will also do the same process, but why I prefer the terminal process is the latest version will be picked up. We need not go to the page and verify what is the version. That's why I do in that way. So import material.dart. So this is the first import, and quickly instead of typing everything, I have created a template here. So I'll be making use of this particular template. And if you are wondering how I got this particular template, here is the video tutorial for creation of template, and you can watch it, and you can create your own templates in Flutter coding. So here, not only Flutter coding, for any language you can create a template. So we have got a main, inside which we have got my app, a stateless widget. I don't want it to be a stateless widget, so quickly I'll be converting it to a stateful widget. Why I'm taking it as a stateful widget? Because I want init state block here, and here we are going to start declaring our AppsFlyer. So the first thing is I'm going to specify AppsFlyer SDK. Here I'm going to create an object for the same. Okay, and this one I am going to implement here in the init state. Okay, AppsFlyer SDK is equal to AppsFlyer SDK, and here we are going to specify AppsFlyer options, and in this particular options we are going to specify dev key, which we have copied earlier here. So in the process of this addition, in the process of adding our application, we have created we have got a dev key, right? So that particular dev key I have added here. And the next thing is app ID, and if you are specifically dealing with iOS application, then you are going to add this particular app ID as well. And the next thing is show debug, and here we need to enable debug, so I have made it true here. And the next thing is time to wait for ATT authorization, and this one is also for iOS. In iOS you will be having an ATT consent, right? To handle that particular ATT consent, we add this particular parameter. And yes, I do remember we have not added iOS as a platform to our AppsFlyer application here, but I will be surely adding it. We can add even after adding this particular project here. And now we have added these particular things, and the next step is to initialize it. AppsFlyer SDK dot. Okay, we have already created an object, right? So let's make use of it. AppsFlyer SDK dot init. Okay, even this init will take some parameters, but for now this is good to get started. And let's try to quickly run our application. So in the device manager you can start this particular virtual device, and if you are already having a device connected, you can also make use of it. So now let's try to run this application onto our emulator. And here now our Flutter application is being installed on our emulator. This particular submit button is got nothing to do with this particular tutorial. It came just out of the template which we have created. So the next task which is pending is register your test device, and here you can see the status of the application is still in pending, because once you upload the application to App Store or Play Store, then it will be verified and then the status will be moved to verified. We are not going to move our test application to App Store or Play Store. We are not bothered with this particular pending app status, because even the status is in pending, we can test with the analytics and also we can integrate deep link. And here let us try to register our test device, and here tap on the add device here, and this will be opening up a new page where I am going to add an Android device for now. And also for sure in the next tutorial we are going to add iOS device as well. Android ID I have specified, and we need to get this device ID, and also make sure I am using a emulator here for Android, and so we need to get the Android device ID. So through terminal I am going to move to the platform tools here, and also we are now trying to fetch the Android ID. So this is the Android ID, and I will be going to provide you these particular commands in the complete tutorial. The link will be in the description section below. So on our website you can find the code and also these commands to get the device ID. And now we are saving this particular device ID, and here you can see the device is now added. And let's get back and try to refresh this particular page, and now we are good to go with the analytics implementation. So we'll try to implement the analytics in Android and iOS application in coming tutorial. This is it for this particular tutorial. I hope you found this tutorial interesting, and if you like this tutorial, do like, share and subscribe to our channel for more interesting content on Flutter.